Good morning. Today's topic is digital signature. We will discuss about what exactly is the digital signature, what is the need of a digital signature, how it works, what are the basically procedures of working, and how secure it is, how secure and authentic it is. Right? So these are the points we will be covering regarding to digital signatures. And important definition under IT Act, because digital signatures are something, if we talk about, if we are discussing about signature, that is, it is required in the digital authentication process, whether we are paying something or we are submitting some document or we are authorizing someone for signing up some documents and all, right? So it comes under Information Technology Act somewhere, and section 2p digital signature is section 2p, means authentication of any electronic record by subscriber by means of an electronic method or procedure in accordance with the provisions of section 3 of income that information. These all we are covering in, we have discussed in detail about the IT Act 2000 and later amendments on the IT Act, right? And section 2F tells about asymmetric crypto system. We have also discussed about cryptography, that is encryption and decryption, how we encrypt information at the initial age, at the originating age, and then we decrypt it at the decryption is, and again making it readable at receiver's end, right? Encryption and decryption, all the system is called cryptography. As a asymmetric crypto system means a system of a secure key pair consisting of a private key or creating a digital signature. We have discussed about private key and public key. Meaning of digital signatures. A digital signature is a mathematical scheme for presenting the authenticity of digital messages or documents. It is basically a digital message for authentication, right? A valid digital signature gives a recipient reason to believe that the message was created by a known sender. Authentication, that is, digital signature tells the receiver the message is authenticate. You are receiving the authenticated document, signed document, that the sender cannot deny having sent the message, and that the message was not altered in transit. We know message transition in alteration in transit. Encryption and decryption is to avoid any alteration in the message during the transit, and it is commonly used for software distribution, financial transactions, authorizations, e-filing on income tax, e-tendering. If any of you knowing or the tendering system, whether in the government or private sector, the e-tendering is used these days, right? Or e-quotation. In e-tendering, for authorization of the documents or rates or quotes, the rates you are quoting, digital signatures are required. Or contract management software, and in other cases where it is important to detect forgery or tampering, right? Move from the pen and paper world to an electronic era, authenticating documents electronically instead of signing them, then taking a printout and then again scanning them, avoiding all those and we use digital signature. We have developed a Word document and finally we attest a digital signature on it. This is basically the purpose of digital signature. Use of digital signature in e-filing, e-tender, e-procurement. In manufacturing setup, if you are ordering raw material or parts and components, then you can use your digital signature to telling your receiver that the order is authenticated, and he will be satisfied and will believe that it is an authentic order. Right? In income tax, sales tax, patent and trademarks registration, we are also using digital signatures. Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, ONGC, they are basically initial user. Now everywhere on the electronic transactions we are using electronic signatures. MSTC Limited, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, they all are using and accepting, we can say, initial acceptance of the digital signature. As we have discussed, government had also played a big role in internet literacy, in promoting e-commerce, right? In promoting e-commerce by the means of developing softwares and programs for bill payments like electricity bill payments, passport, making of a passport of yourself. It is fully 100%. You have to apply online. Many other government facilities are now on web, available on web based basically. Features of digital signature: authentication. Digital signatures are used to authenticate the source of messages. Who is sending? Source of messages. Authenticating sender. The ownership of a digital signature key is bound to a specific user, and thus a valid signature shows that the message was sent by the user, the owner. Authentication. Integrity. In many scenarios, the sender and receiver of a message need assurance that the message has not been altered during transmission. Digital signatures provide this feature by using cryptographic message digest functions. Right? Cryptographic message digest functions. And this makes the integrity of the document. Non-repudiation. Digital signatures ensure that the sender who has signed the information cannot at a later time deny having signed it. The sender cannot deny in later stages. Right? What is PKI system? PKI. Digital signatures use a standard acceptable format called public key infrastructure. We have talked about public key and private key, right? In public key, in private key, and cryptography, and digital signatures use a standard acceptable format called public key infrastructure, that is basically PKI, to provide the highest levels of security and universal acceptance. Universal acceptance. PKI requires the power to use a mathematical algorithm to generate two long numbers called keys, long numbers. We encounter during a password entry process when we submit our password. Suppose it is a 8-character password we have submitted somewhere in a internet banking or somewhere else. Then when we submit, it changes in a long 16 or 24 character long word. That is 8 characters converts into 16 character or 24 character, because It mixes with what? It mixes with key we are using, encryption. The purpose of a PKI is the facility, the secure electronic transfer of information for a range of network activities such as e-commerce, internet banking, and confidential email. It is required for activities where simple passwords are an inadequate authentication method and more rigorous proof is required to confirm the identity of parties involved in communication too. Right? Digital signature versus handwritten signatures. A handwritten signature scanned and digitally attached with a document does not qualify as a digital signature. We all know, aware with that. Scanned handwritten signature, we cannot say it is a digital signature. Right? A digital signature is a combination of crypto algorithms. Combination of crypto algorithms. An ink signature can be easily replicated from one document to another by copying the image manually or electronically. Copy paste, as we know. Digital signature cryptographically bind an electronic identity to an electronic document, and the digital signature cannot be copied to another document. If you are attaching an ink signature, a hand signature, it will be basically an image, and we can copy and paste the image in another document, right? The digital signature we cannot copy and paste. Digital signatures, on the other hand, compute the hash or digits digest. Compute the hash or digest of the complete document, and a change of even one bit in the previous page of the document will make the digital signature verification fail. The signature will not be verified. Signature verification will be failed if anyone tries to copy and paste the digital signature. Right? This is the one major difference. Electronic signature, legally defined as an electronic sound symbol, a graphic representation of a person in JPG file. A graphic representation of a person in JPEG file or process attached to or logically associated with a record and executed or adopted by a person with the intent to sign the record. Some of the solutions that fit this legal definition can be very problematic with regards to maintaining integrity and security, and especially a good business policy or practice. Digital signatures, often referred to as advanced or standard electronic signatures, provide the highest form of signature and contain integrity as well as universal acceptance. Right? Digital signature provisions under IT Act. Authentication of electronic records. Subject to the provisions of the section, any subscriber may authenticate an electronic record by affixing his digital signature. Means you can affix your digital signature for authentication to any of your document you want to authenticate that the document is correct. Right? Whatever mentioned on the document or written in the document is correct. The authentication of the electronic record shall be effected by the use of asymmetric crypto system. We have discussed this. And the hash function, which envelop and transform the initial electronic record into another electronic record. Any person, by the use of a public key of the subscriber, can verify the electronic record. The private key and public key are unique to the subscriber and constitute a functioning key pair. Right? We are using for authentication private key and public key. This is again the cryptographic word. The Model Law on Electronic Signatures (MES) 2001 objective is the law aims to enable and facilitate the use of electronic signatures by establishing criteria of technical reliability for equivalence between electronic and handwritten signatures. It is equivalent to your handwritten signatures. Normally, chartered accountants are business owners, and if even you want to go for make your digital signatures, they are in a pen drive. You will get in a pen drive in these days, and see chartered accountants provides will provide you digital signature, and right in a soft copy, of course, in a pen drive they will be providing you the digital signatures, DS, right? And right, the MES is based on the fundamental principles common to all uncretional texts relating to electronic commerce, namely non-discrimination, technological neutrality, and functional equivalence. Digital signature also supports our e-commerce progress. If we talk about e-tendering in the government, international bidding is happening. International bidding. Suppose any highways government wants to made a new highway and a long highway, and the bidding will be international. That is, anyone can participate. Any company, the company which satisfies the criteria, financial and technical criteria, and anyone can apply from any country for in the bid, and it is because of the digital signatures. Because documents must be satisfied, must be authentic. The authenticity of these documents will be proved. We can prove only with the help of digital signatures. Digital signatures acceptance promotes e-commerce. It is promoting e-commerce in many ways and in many aspects. Right? Electronic signatures together with certificates are offered as a substitutive solution of handwritten signatures. Substitutive for a wide scale electronic commerce. For a wide scale electronic commerce. To promote e-commerce, basically. To make the work easy. Right? This is basically when we talk about creation and verification of digital signature. Creating digital signature, message, then hash function, the message to digest, signature function, and the signatures private key, and then digital signature. Signature function we have, then private key of signatures. Verifying digital signature, message, we have digital signature, public key, signatures, public key, hash, signature function, digital signature, signature function, and public key, the message digest. Right? If the message digests are identical, these two, the signature will verify. If they are different in any way, the signature will not verify. So signatures, public key and private keys will be required for verification. Right? Public key. And this is encrypting and signing, sender private key, recipient public key. These private and public keys will be required, right? That public key cryptography we have discussed in another topic. And public key encryption, in which a message is encrypted with a recipient's public key. Message we encrypt with the help of recipient's public key. The message cannot be decrypted by anyone who does not possess the matching private key, who is thus presumed to be the owner of the key and the person associated with the public key. This is used in an attempt to ensure confidentiality. Digital signature, in which a message is signed with the sender's private key and can be verified by anyone who has access to sender's public key. This verification proves that the sender had access to the private key and therefore is likely to be the person associated with the public key. This is the way we verify digital signatures, right? This is an example.